it's Alpida sitting in the quasi dark here. And today is Transformational Tuesday. We are Oh, now we're live. Okay. Hey, it's Alpida. Welcome to Transformational Tuesday. Let's see if we can get this. Eventually, I'll figure this out. There we go. Nah. Just always worry about the glare. Okay, there we go. That's not bad. As you can see, some of my clutter here. It's my cute little. It's a wireless keyboard, but it looks like a typewriter. Anyway, all right, let's get started. Okay, so today is Transformational Tuesday, and today we are talking about the fact that we have the moon, the sun, the moon, and Mercury retrograde in the sign of Cancer. And Cancer is the home, it is safety, it's security. And the first place, our first home, is our body. And when we feel safe and secure in our body, right? When we accept our body, when we love our body, when we take care of our body, then we can create outer abundance and outer ease and outer acceptance, right? This is the first place that we need to talk about it. And one of the things that I say all the time is, the body trumps everything. Like, if you think of manifestation as like a slot machine, right? It's a five channel combination lock, right? And the body is the first thing. If your body doesn't feel safe manifesting, sorry, my eyes are like, went to the beach yesterday and like my body's all kind of discombobulated, but in a good way, right? Tired, but a good tired, right? Anyway, we have the body, which is the first place. Okay. And all, like, if you've heard of the book The Body Keeps the Score, if your body doesn't feel safe having more money, you are not going to manifest more money. Or you'll manifest it and you'll spend it or lose it or be taken advantage of. Like, think of people who have, sorry, like my hair's like bothering me today. Anyway, people who have like won the lottery and within like 9 months, a year, whatever, have like flittered it away because they did not feel safe having money. Their body, their nervous system didn't feel safe having money, right? Money was equated with problems, or money was equated with greed or bad things happening or whatever it is, right? So the body is the first place we start. The subsequent other four areas are the mind, right? Our conscious and our unconscious thoughts. And we're going to talk about that because we are in Mercury retrograde, which is all about our words. Then we have the soul, the spirit, like why did we come here? What is our intuition telling us? What is our calling, right? Then we have the heart, our emotions, like what are we feeling? Does having more money feel expansive or does it feel restrictive? Like, oh my God, if I have more money, I have more taxes. People are going to want things from me, whatever, right? And then we have the environment, because the environment is important, right? Sometimes it's the right people at the right time. Sometimes it's having toxic or jealous people around you. Sometimes it's the environment that you're in. If you're in an environment where everybody is always constantly complaining, you're gonna get on the bandwagon. It's the path of least resistance, right? It's like if you hang around negative people that complain, you're going to be a complainer. And maybe just in that environment, but that's still part of your vibration. That's why, like, I don't know if I agree that, your wealth is the sum of, like, or not the sum, but like an average of the 5 people that you hang out with. But there's your vibration definitely is. Okay? So coming back to the body. So during this Cancer season, especially today with the new moon in Cancer, what I'd really like you to think about and ponder is, how am I being with my body? Am I allowing myself to be a human, having a human experience? Yes, I know we're spirits having a human experience, but can I allow myself to be human? That's the first question I'd like to ask yourself. Do you have grace with yourself? Do you give yourself compassion? When you're not feeling well, do you honor your body? And I'm not saying we need to take every day off, but is there a way for you to honor your body and your responsibilities? Like today, I am tired. We went to the beach yesterday. The beaches it takes a toll on your body, right? Not in a bad way. It's just, I'm tired. By the time we got home and had dinner and like unwound for a little bit, it was like almost 1 o'clock. And then I got up, I woke up around 8. So 7 hours of sleep, which is okay. Not ideal for me, but okay. Alright. I also have a blister on my foot because a piece of sand got stuck between the strap of my sandals and my foot, and I didn't realize it, and I have a blister there, so that hurts. And then I cut my foot a couple days ago, so I'm kind of limping. So today is not a day of like using heavy machinery. It's not a day of doing heavy labor, right? It's not going to be a very, very active day. Plus, we have an incoming heat wave. Like probably about like 1 or 2 o'clock, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the mid 90s and above. And the heat index for the next couple days is going to be around 100. Okay. So it's like not using that as an excuse not to do the things that I need to do, but using it as a check-in. How am I feeling? Okay. And then we have the moon. Our actual feelings, our anger, our contentment, our emotions, right? And checking in with that. So today I'm feeling very calm. I'm feeling very clear. And I might not be able to tell you which changed or what direction I want to go in right now. I kind of feel like, I don't want to say a boat drift on the ocean, but it was really interesting because I was thinking about that, and I was just like, sometimes we need to adjust our sails because I don't want to say the universe because that feels like we're giving our power away. It just feels like something's changed. And when things change in our lives or in our frequency or in the universe or whatever, sometimes we need to drop anchor and take a rest. Sometimes we need to take a day off. Sometimes we need to just sit still and assess what is going on. And the image that came to me was being like on a sailboat and being like, some people are on a motorboat or a jet ski and they're just like full speed ahead. They just ignore everything. They're very like single-minded, very focused. This is where I'm going. This is what I'm going to do. And that's fine if that's you. It's not me. Okay? And I find a lot of times that those people that are just focused on their goals, they're not really enjoying their life. And if you are focused on your goals and you're enjoying your life, awesome. 2 thumbs up. Right? But if you're just like, I need to get to the next level, I need to buy the house, I need to get the car, I need to get the promotion, and you're just blazing through your life as if it's a checklist, and sometimes we need that checklist, trust me, I need the checklist, but you're not taking time to enjoy stuff, and to have fun, and to relax, and invite pleasure and joy into your day, what's the point? And it's not a fatalistic view, it's just like, what are you doing? Because you know, at the end of the day, and I mean the end of the day is in like the end of your life, that promotion, doesn't mean anything. That house doesn't mean anything. That car doesn't mean anything. Most people on their deathbeds are not sitting there saying, oh, I wish I had gone for the promotion, I wish I had the house. Most people regret not living more, not having more fun, not having more experiences, not going for those dreams. They're not focused on the physical stuff. And I'm not saying that the physical stuff doesn't matter. We do literally live in a material world. And there's nothing wrong with being like, I want my cup of coffee, and I need a laptop, and I need a cell phone, and I need my cards, which we'll be pulling in a minute. We do need material things, literal material. this is a material world. But when all we focus on is the material stuff and we don't focus on the journey, we don't focus on enjoying the stuff, and I can be that way too. I often think about how, like, sometimes they're like, we really enjoy the process. We enjoy the process of creation, of like the idea being like, ooh, I want that pretty shiny. Whether it's pretty shiny in a bad way or a good way, it doesn't really matter. And that pursuit of happiness, that pursuit of the goal. And then once we get the thing, we're like, it was okay. And I think about that and I'm like, I'm not like that. Like, I wanted a label maker for a while, and then finally I did the research, and I'm like, oh my god, they make the cutest little pink one that just, like, was like $10, and, like, you can do all sorts of things. You just download an app on your phone, and you can use emojis, you can do whatever you want, you can label your whole fucking house. I mean, I mainly use it for my business, but I can definitely use it for other things. And every time I pick it up, I'm, like, literally tickled pink, because it just makes me happy. It makes me happy. I had a client last week that wanted me to make some things for her, and I put in some free gifts, and I was making a label, and it just makes me happy. So I don't lose that joy. Some people do, some people don't. We're all different, right? So the new moon in Cancer is asking you, how do you feel about your life? How do you feel about your body? How do you feel about your home? Again, it's in Cancer. How do you feel about your safety and your security, your foundation? Okay? This is a time, if you actually use the astrology and the moon cycles to manifest, this is a good time to look at your foundation, look at your body, look at your home, look at your safety and security, and make intentions around that. Not just any intentions, but focused, because Cancer will lend energy, especially since we have the sun in Cancer, the moon in Cancer, and Mercury in Cancer. So that brings us to Mercury, right? Mercury's in retrograde. So it's asking you to rethink your words. Remember, Mercury is the planet of communication. Yes, he is the messenger. He is commerce. But it's all about the words. So maybe in your business, you're thinking about your marketing. Maybe at home or around your body, you're thinking about the words you use. Like, what if, and I'm talking about myself here, I'll give you an example. One of the things that I'm not so pleased about my body is my belly. Now, I'm grateful for it because I have 3 beautiful children that grew inside my belly, but I still look, not pregnant, but definitely heavier than I was when I was pregnant with any of my children. And that bothers me. It's not about the number, it's just about the way that I believe my body should look and feel. And I'm not looking to be a size 2. I mean, I'm 5'2". If I was size 2, I'd be like a toothpick. That's not what I'm looking for. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, I like curves. I love my curves. I just don't really love my belly. So the way that you would kind of use this energy is, one, set intentions. And one of the intentions that I've been really working with is, like, I allow, this is not the exact wording, I don't remember what the exact wording is. I just started working with that. But instead of talking about losing weight, because loss is not something we want, loss feels bad. We don't want to lose things, right? I allow my body to reveal her natural form. And I know her natural form is curvy, is a soft little belly. The belly dancer's body. I'm Greek, so that belly dancer, like, energy is in my lineage, right? That's the kind of energy. And as I say that, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe that's where I need to go, is start doing more belly dancing, because I don't have a really good relationship with the word exercise. I feel like exercise, when you're doing things to lose weight, one, you're focusing on loss, and that's not a positive energy. I get the end result is positive, but the process is not. The thought pattern is not. And everybody's different. For me, it's not. And when I think about getting exercise, I think of cardio, I think of weight training, I think of things that I don't want to fucking do because they do not feel pleasurable to my body. But walking around the neighborhood, swimming for a half an hour with my boys, I went for a walk and my kids were like following me, and I was just pretending, I'm like, who are you children? Why do you keep calling me mom? I'm just playing. And they're like trying to come closer and hug me because I hadn't gone in the water yet and they were wet. And I'm like running away. And like we were just playing. And before I knew it, I had walked for 30 minutes. And then we went in the water and they were like, Mom, how do you do all those swimming things, like, you know, the backstroke and all those things? I'm like, it's not that difficult. And they think like, I mean, I am a witch, but they're like, how do you just float? How do you just let your feet rise? I'm like, I don't know. I just lift my feet up and they just float, which is so ironic because on land, getting my feet off the ground is like challenging. Like mentally and emotionally challenging, right? But in the water, it's like, now, mind you, whether you believe in astrology or not, I am moon in Cancer, so this is home for me. This new moon is home for me, right? But I also have my rising sign in Pisces. So I've got 2 water signs, and then I'm a sun in Aquarius. So there is a lot of water energy in my chart. I mean, in the big 3, which is really important, right? And then obviously because Pisces is my rising sign, Neptune rules my chart. So the land of dreams, that wateriness, that the mist, the nebulousness, I love stuff like that. I love the dew in the morning. I love it when it's misting. I love thunderstorms. I love the rain, right? So it's just, that's home to me. I love going in the water. There's many times I'm like, Poseidon, come take me. Come take me, make me your bride. I don't even care. Put me in your harem. I just don't fucking give a shit. I love the water, right? So it's like, how do we make peace with that? How do we start to use our words in a way that support us, that feel yummy, not standard like cookie cutter somebody else's mantras and intentions and affirmations, but how do you start to create your own? Like, one of the things that I think, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of homework if you're up for it, but one, what I would take a piece of paper and invite you to take a piece of paper and think about home, your physical body, your physical space, and what does home mean to you? And in conjunction with that, safety, security, foundation. And if money is a part of that, fucking put money in there, because I know it is for me. It makes me feel safe when I can pay for my rent, when I can pay my bills and buy groceries and things like that, right? But you also want to think, like, Cancer isn't the sign of luxury, it's a sign of comfort. It's not about the extras. But if having soft sheets make you feel comfortable, then put that in there. If 600 thread count sheets or 1,000 thread count sheets feel like comfort to you, because again, we all have different perception of what words mean, and words mean what they mean. Like, we can have connotation and denotation, and we can learn words through context, but what a word actually means is what a word actually means. So that's the first thing you're going to do. Right on top. What do you think? I would even go there. Hold on. Give me a second. Little download coming in here. So, we've got the sun, which is being. So maybe it looks, okay, I have a visual coming in. So I see 3 like sections, or you can even take your piece of paper and fold it into 3 and make 3 columns like we're in spelling class. And in the first column, I see the sun, right? So that's being. So what is the actual being state? And then I see the piece of paper folded in half. I wish I had a piece of paper here to show you. It's like, yeah, give me an exercise to share with people and don't make me prepared. No, that's got stuff on it. Okay, here we go. Alright, so you're going to take a piece of paper. You're going to make 3 columns. Oh my god, it takes me back to like 5th grade spelling. They don't have to be even, just eyeball it. Got 3 columns, okay? 3 columns. Sun, being, so this is your being column. So, hold on. Whoa, hold on. Give me a second. And then you're going to fold it in half. Half. This way. Okay, so you got six sections here. Yeah, okay. So, on the bottom, I know, just go with me here. I want you to write what being is going on. Okay, so let me give you an example. I want you to think about the sun is in Cancer, so this is all about the home. So I want you to write down all the thoughts, all the beings, all the identities you currently have around your body. That's your first home. Second, your actual physical home, your apartment, your house, whatever. And then third, about safety and security. What are the thoughts that you have? What are the identities you have? What are the things that you think about? So I would write something like, I'm fat. Just a fact. Okay, my BMI is 39.1. Okay. According to the scale, I'm obese. So writing that down. Right? As far as my home goes, I mean, I live in a mobile home. This isn't where I want to live. So writing something like that. I rent. This is not my home. Okay, that's a good one because I didn't think about that. Like, this is not my home. I don't feel like I belong here. Like, I'm here and this is where we live and I'm grateful to have a roof over my head and my rent paid and my bills paid, but I do not belong here. So this is where I want you, word association. What is the shit that starts to come out? What comes up? Because that's what Mercury's doing. Mercury's stirring the pot. Mercury Retrograde is stirring the pot. Like, what the fuck is down there? Let's get it up to the surface so that we can deal with it. And deal with it. Sometimes, if you just notice it and you're like, wow, okay, that's fucking interesting. Okay? So you're going to write that. This is your being. Physical being. Your body. What are the things that you talk about your body? Your I am statements around your body, your home, and safety and security. Those 3 things. If you need more space, go on the back. And make sure you stay on the bottom. There's a reason. I'm getting there. Middle column is for the moon. Your feelings. So this is feelings as in like sensations. Like I'm feeling hot. I'm feeling tired. But it's also your emotions. I'm feeling angry. And I want you to, if you do nothing else, if you take nothing else from this live, I want you, when you were talking about your emotions and your feelings, so emotions are anger, sadness, etc. Feelings are tired, itchy, whatever, right? I want you to start saying, I am feeling. Because when you say I am, like I am tired, you are creating a state of being. And I know this because I did this. All last year and the beginning of this year, I would talk about being tired. I am tired, and it just, that feeling never went away because I was becoming that identity. It was becoming part of my identity, like part of my personality or characteristic. We don't want that. It's a fleeting feeling. I'm tired today. I'm feeling tired today because I went to bed late and I went to the beach yesterday. That does not mean I'm going to feel tired tomorrow. So if you do nothing else, start saying I am feeling instead of I am being or I am. Because when you say I am, you are taking that on. You are becoming that. Okay? All right. Last one is your words. Mercury. What are you thinking? Now, there's probably going to be overlap. Okay? But here, it might be, here, okay, here it comes. I love it when shit just starts coming in, right? Right? It's all about that, I think I'm fat. I think I should lose weight. I think, whatever the I think is. Because this is going to reveal to you the shit that's not yours. You think that because somebody else put that shit in your head. Okay? Like, I'm 50 years old, I'm in menopause, and people are like, there's one camp that says, well, you got to eat less and move more. That doesn't work for me. Because one, I don't always eat enough. Okay? And then there's other people who are like, well, you've got to balance your lack of estrogen and your cortisol and your insulin. I was watching a thing. I'm like, I agree with that. And I know that when I am stressed, I gain weight. And it's not because I eat more, it's because the cortisol spikes, right? And that causes a chain reaction, right? Do I understand everything that's going on? Absolutely not. I know what happens in my body and the outcomes. So that's why I'm moving to, how do I move more in a way that feels pleasurable? How do I stop making exercise a chore and be like, oh, I love this song. Ooh, let me dance. Or I'm at the beach. Let me take a walk and like enjoy the scenery and play with my kids. Right? So making movement part of my everyday life, have it as an expression of myself, of joy and pleasure, instead of like, I don't get on the elliptical. That doesn't work for me. If that works for you, that's great. But if you're in menopause or perimenopause and your workouts feel like fucking stress, that's the reason you're not losing weight. Fucking quote me on that. I'm telling you. Okay? The science proves that. So this is where you want to write I think, because 99% of the I think is somebody else's bullshit that they've put in your head. Now, it could be true, but it might not be true for you. There's a difference between having it be true, accurate, and appropriate. Right? Like, accurate is I can say whatever the fuck I want whenever the fuck I want. But appropriate is I wouldn't go and start F-bombing in a courthouse. Because most likely I'd end up in jail. Okay? They can both be true at the same time. So, what are you saying about yourself? I am fat. I am blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about your feelings? So this is where you want to write stuff like, and I would look at where are you using the I am instead of I feel. So if you're saying I am tired instead of I am feeling tired, that's your shift that you need to make. But write down here, what are you feeling? And feeling as in body sensations and also emotions like happy, sad, depressed, angry, etc. There's a difference, right? And then here you're going to write the I think, right? I think I should get more exercise. I think I should clean my house. I don't know what the fuck it is. Whatever. The obligations, the shoulds. So if it starts with a should, that's where it goes, right here. Then I want you to look at these and be like, what do I really want? How would I change those? If Elpida had a magic wand and she could bippity-bop my life, what would I ask for? And so then you're going to go to the top and you're going to rewrite these in what you want. And it's not always the opposite, because the opposite of fat is skinny. I don't want to be skinny. Okay? I want to feel comfortable in my body. I want to have actual curves instead of like feeling like a block. Like I feel like I kind of, I guess I have a pear shape. Right? So, you know, I want my body to be curvy. I want to feel sexy and curvy. And that's a mindset thing. That happens up here before it happens in here. You got to get yourself in the mood. What do I want to feel? You're not going to write it in the past tense. You're going to write it in the present tense. All of this is in the present tense. And then what do I want to think? And don't write I think. Just write whatever the thing is. Or you can write I think. It doesn't really matter. Right? So we're honoring the sun, we're honoring the moon, and we're honoring Mercury in retrograde. We're doing Mercury retrograde work right here. Maybe you might want to call it shadow work. You can call whatever. And once you've completed the top, I want you to like literally rip the bottom off and go like burn it. Or rip it up in tiny pieces and flush it down the toilet. Whatever is the safest way or most aligned way for you to let go of that. In Chinese astrology, I'm a double fire dragon, so I love to burn shit. Okay. My smoke alarms will attest to that. So I'm just going to recap real quickly. So here you're going to write what you're currently saying I am around your body, your home, and your safety and security. And that might mean money. It might mean whatever it means, okay? Here you're going to write what are you feeling? Your feelings, your body sensations. I am feeling tired. I am feeling frustrated. I am feeling whatever. And also like the happy, sad, whatever. Okay, so body sensations as well as emotions, feelings and emotions. And here is what I think or what I'm supposed to be doing or what I should be doing or what I need to be doing, all that bullshit obligation stuff. Some of it is legit and some of it is we need to find a better way to do it. Like Alpita belly dancing instead of going and doing fucking cardio, because that's just never gonna fucking happen. You can put that on my to-do list, like every fucking item is cardio and I'm not gonna go fucking do it. And to give you an example, during my first marriage when I was looking to lose some weight because I had gained some weight from stress and all sorts of stuff, I was doing jazzercise. I know this was a long time ago. This was in the late 90s. And I would literally like get out of work and drive like 30 minutes changing in the car. Like I'm literally at a stoplight changing my shirt and putting on my sports bra. I'm surprised I never got pulled over like half naked, right? And go to jazzercise class. I got a membership. It was like, I don't know, $59 a month or whatever. And I would go 5 days a week. And sometimes I would stay and do a double class. And I lost some weight, but I didn't lose all the weight. I mean, I lost very little weight compared to the amount of cardio that I was doing. And now that I look back at it, it's like because I was stressed. I was literally running from work to New Milford, which is like, 35 minutes away, changing in the car, stressed as fuck, having to go work out, come back home, make dinner, make sure my mom was okay, make sure all my chores were done and all that shit, take care of any wedding stuff. Like, I was so fucking stressed. So that weight wasn't moving because my cortisol was spiking, right? And it was interfering with all the chemicals and stuff. Again, I don't know exactly all the details of that. I just know that this is what happens in my body. Right? So it wasn't more cardio. I didn't need to move more. I needed to fucking relax more. And do things, movement, I like the word movement, that felt more in alignment, that felt like fun, like dancing. Like I know during my first divorce and my second divorce, I was home a lot. And so I would just put music on and I would just dance for hours. And the weight just dropped off. And I didn't dance because I was like, oh, I'm overweight, I need to dance. It was more like I was bored and I just wanted to dance. I put the music on and dance for hours. And like, I know I need to do that now. Here, my need to. I would like to do more of that, but it's like I need to I can't go from 0 to 60. Okay? I need to baby step it. And so if that means one song, so one of the things I started doing, and I don't do it every night, but frequency over consistency. Increase your frequency and you will become consistent and you'll find your consistency, because consistency is different for everybody, right? Stop listening to all the fucking gurus, or find a guru that feels in alignment. You're like, oh my God, yes. Don't just take stock shit and say because they have millions of dollars and millions of followers that they are the right person for you. That's the key. Appropriateness versus accuracy. Like, they might be right and that might help some people, but if it's not helping you, it's fucking useless and a waste of your time and energy and your money. So I love the song, The Harlem Shake. I know, it's an older song. But it's like, if I do that, that's 3 minutes and 16 seconds every night. One, it resets my nervous system because it's like a dog shaking, right? Like after fight and flight. It gets my body moving. It releases all that stress and the tightness and stuff like that from the day. And I get 3 minutes and 16 seconds to put on my fucking exercise log. And that's how I started. That's how I started last week. And then it turned into a 12-minute dance session. And then I went for a walk for 25 minutes. And then the next day I went for another walk for 20 minutes. And then yesterday I had The beach that we go to, we park at a park, and it's a 15-minute walk there and back, so that's 30 minutes. I did a 30-minute walk up and down the beach, and I swam for 30 minutes. So yesterday I got 90 minutes. See how we need to just allow it to come through us, to have that vision of like, I really want my body to just feel good, and I want to feel sexy, and I want my curves to reveal themselves, and I want my body to be happy. Because for me, drinking shakes and doing cardio 24/7 doesn't make me happy. It makes me feel like a fucking starving peasant. And that's when I go the other way, where I just fucking abandon everything and just stuff my face with sweets. I don't want to do that. I want to take good care of my body. And part of taking good care of my body is honoring my sweet tooth. And maybe it's honoring it by having, oh, I love this stuff. I know I don't have, I've got beads in it, but the Talento mango sorbet, oh my God. Oh, and the raspberry and the lemon, so good. And I know it says it's 3 servings, but I usually eat half, and then I eat the other half. And I just eat it in here. I use a long iced teaspoon, and then I have like a fucking ton of these containers, and I use them for stuff. And then they're really great for like storing greasy shit, because when you're done with it, you can just throw it out, and you gave it an extra use. And then sometimes I put all sorts of other stuff in them. I actually used one of those to take some pretzels to the beach, and I didn't end up eating the pretzels. Okay, so you have your homework. You have your astrology for the thing. It is a new moon in Cancer. So this is all about comfort. It's about security. It's about safety. I want you to think of it as like a warm, like Linus's blanket in the Peanuts, Charlie Brown. Like what will bring you safety and security? Because when we feel safe and secure, that's when we allow ourselves to expand. Like think of like a cat or a dog, where they're in a shelter and they're pregnant and like they're past their due date. And once somebody brings them home and gives them a safe, secure environment, all of a sudden they go into labor. We are the same way. Think of that labor as our expression. When we feel safe and secure, whether it's financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, environmentally, when we remove toxic people and toxic things and toxic situations from our lives, then we feel safe to play, to express ourselves, to be ourselves. And that is what this Cancer season is revealing for us. Okay, so set those intentions. This little like worksheet, for lack of a better word, will help you realize what your intentions are. Because what? With the iced teaspoons.
Oh yeah, the
okay, can you let me finish my live and I'll help you? These up here will be your intentions. That's how you're going to find your intentions. Don't just pick some randomly off the internet because some guru is telling you that worked for them. That's awesome. It doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Just like move more, eat less does not fucking work for me. Okay? All right. Now, let's pull some cards. If you would like a tarot reading, if you would like crystal chakra clearing and a tarot reading, the comments are down below. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one on a weekly or bi-weekly or monthly basis to help you with your words, to help you get clear as to what is running the show underneath, the words, the beliefs, the thoughts that are creating the reality. Like if every time I put my clothes on, I talk about how, oh, this is too tight and I'm too big and I'm too much and I'm this, that's what's creating my reality. Okay? So as I start to notice these things and I start to shift my words, and you can do like, I talk about adjacent. So you don't have to go from 0 to 60. You don't have to go from like, I'm fat to I am a supermodel, which isn't my goal anyway. But it's like, how do I like make a 1 degree shift? So going back to the ocean metaphor, right? The sailboat, a 1 degree shift in your trajectory when you are in a plane, a ship, and anything will have you end up, because it changes exponentially, right? It's 1 degree where you are, but as you go further, it goes wider. So as we make that 1 degree shift, and then you can make another 1 degree shift. Don't look to like don't go from like you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're a billionaire. Go adjacent. And that's what I did with my financial situation. I went from my business easily pays all my bills to and money left over. And my intention was, it was literally and money left over. So every time I would pay a bill, I'd be like, I paid my electric bill and there's money left over. Or I'm buying groceries and there's money left over. Okay? So I just tag it to the end. It doesn't have to be some big, elaborate, like 80-page thesis. Okay? Your intentions need to be authentic. They need to zing inside of you. When you say it, you have to get excited. It has to feel good. And it can be little baby steps, right? And then I moved to like having savings, right? I don't remember what the exact affirmation was. And now I'm playing with the next step, which is increasing my income to the place where I have financial freedom. So financial freedom to me is I do what I want whenever I want, and I got the resources to pay for it all, right? That sort of energy. And yesterday I went to the beach and I had a full gas tank. I had food to take with us. I had all the things I needed. I had time in my schedule. So sometimes it's taking that action, and there wasn't anything I really needed to pay for. Actually, I returned some things to Amazon and I got money back. So not only did I take the day off, which it's not really taking the day off. Mondays are my day. I don't normally work on Mondays anyway. But it's starting to do the things that you want to do, okay? To live the life you want to live now as best as you can. Obviously, my dream goal is to live by the beach so that I either can see the ocean from my kitchen window or like I walk 5 minutes and get to the beach, right? But it's baby steps. It's like, okay, right now I'm not there yet, but I can drive 45 minutes and get to Long Island Sound on the Connecticut coast and spend a day at the beach, right? So that's how you move the needle forward. If you try to go from paycheck to paycheck or below to a billionaire, too much cognitive dissonance, too much pressure on your nervous system, and yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, cards. So what do we need to know for this new moon in Cancer and this Cancer season? And yeah. Okay, let's see. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo! Beautiful cards. They all came up upright. Although I don't read reverse with this deck. This deck, again, is the Oracle of the... Hold on, let me get the book. The Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. I always have to slow down to say her name, make sure I pronounce it correctly. The first card that came out is the Royal You. So how do you start acting like you are the divine being that you are? We're not talking royal like better than anybody else. We're not talking royal like diva, like annoying and like acting like the world should fall at your feet. We're talking about royal as in divine, that you are a spirit having a human experience. How do you create some luxury in your life? And again, it doesn't mean like buying a $3,000 blanket. It means, how do I find the joy, the pleasure, the comfort in what is already surrounding me? And also, I always like to think of like, what is the fastest, easiest, and most aligned way for me to create that? Because as a manifesting generator in human design, I'm built for efficiency. So efficiency means fast and easy, shortcuts, but the good kind of shortcuts, the shortcuts that created the washing machine, that created the dryer, that created the cell phone, the laptop, the internet, all those things. Okay, this isn't shortcuts because there's laziness. It's shortcuts because we are designed to create efficiency. Okay, so that's something. Finding something that you can anchor into. So right now, what I'm playing with my intentions is adding the fastest, easiest, and most aligned way, because it needs to be aligned. I don't want to do anything that's out of integrity with my values and my priorities. and who I am. Okay? So defining that, and this worksheet or whatever, it's not really a worksheet, will help you figure that out. Because once you see the things that you are believing about yourself, the things that you are feeling about yourself, and the things that you are thinking or shooting on yourself, you're like, then you can address them. Then you can be like, okay, well, that's not helping. So what can I say instead? What can I believe instead? How can I make that 1% shift and create a fucking massive difference? I went all in my business middle of January. And here we are beginning or middle of July, and it's like my bills are paid. Okay? Money comes in every single week. And then I play with it. I played with eBay. It's like, okay, I was saying how there was no eBay sales, and then I started playing with it, and then one week I had 3 eBay sales. Same person. Last week, same guy came back and bought 2 more tarot bags. Okay? And now it's like, okay, how can I create 10 sales on eBay? And not focusing on the money, but focusing on the thing that I want. What's the outcome? Sometimes the outcome is the money. But here's where, this is something I want to, like, is really important. Like, sometimes people are like, oh, I need, think of my electric bill, right? Like, I need $78 to pay the electric bill. It's like, do you need $78 to pay the electric bill, or do you need the electric bill paid? Sometimes when we take a step back and we realize that we don't have to do it all, that it can come through other places, like you could get a credit. Like, I complained about my cellular bill because it went up, and I knew it was going to go up because it was like first year promotion's over, and then something happened. My son's phone stopped working. He got water in it, whatever, and then I was supposed to get a $25 like fee for all that stuff, and the guy was just like, listen, you're gonna get hit with a $25 fee, but I'm gonna give you a credit. And it turns out the fee never hit my account, but the credit did. So my bill went back down by $25 for the month. So sometimes strange shit like that happens, right? You get a credit, you get somebody pays you back money that you forgot that you loaned them or whatever, or they're like, hey, you helped me out in this situation, I'm gonna send you a couple $100 because I really appreciate what you did for me, and you didn't charge me for that or whatever. Okay? Or sometimes you need something like a physical item, and then it shows up, right? Many years ago, long story short, I needed a new coffee pot, and I reached out to Amazon because the coffee pot was like less than 6 months old, and it was just brewing half a cup, and I did all the descaling and all that stuff, went through all the, troubleshooting, and they gave me my money back, and then like within the hour, a friend of mine messaged me and said, hey, I've got this coffee pot from my dad's wake, we only used it once, do you want it? I was like, so I got my money back, plus I got a free coffee pot, which lasted till last year. And the only reason I got rid of it was because I wanted a new purple 1-cup coffee pot. That was easier. There was nothing wrong with it. It lasted us like 2 or 3 years. So sometimes it's even better. Like, you get a refund and you get a new product. So be open to that. What would the divine version of you, the divine version of you, which is already part of you, it's already who you are, it's your soul, it's your spirit, whatever you believe in, would not be like, oh, I just want the bare minimum. They would also not want excess, right? Like the hoarding we're seeing in the world and things like that. They would want what they want. Okay? They would just want what they want. So allow yourself to want what you want this Cancer season. The next card is a deep breath. And I feel like this is really important because for some of us, we need to get quiet. And I got this a while ago for myself. It's like sometimes we just need to meditate. And it was so interesting because I was listening to something this morning, and they talked about how, like, when Gandhi was going through court, he meditated twice as long because he knew he needed to be grounded. So sometimes instead of reaching for action, it's taking a step back and just listening. Being in the stillness. I heard the word stillness in my head. Like the weight loss thing for me, right? It's like, yeah, conventional wisdom says move more, eat less, but that doesn't work for my body. My body releases the weight, intentional choice of words there, right? When I feel safe. So, how do I get my body to feel safe? One is making sure I'm feeding her enough, making sure I'm taking care of her. When I'm in pain, taking pain meds, which I don't always do. Okay? Treating her with ease and love and grace. Yeah, movement is important, right? It's important for us, otherwise we become like the Tin Man, right? We start to have aches and pains everywhere and stiff joints and things like that. We do need to move. So finding movements that I enjoy, like any form of dancing. I love swimming. Those are things that I love to do. I do like going for a walk, but too long of a walk is not, doesn't work for me, or in the heat or whatever. So finding things that feel like fun to me, that feel like enjoyment. Okay. The other thing that I would, and I know it's not really related to the card, but like looking at your point of fortune, or your part of fortune or your lot of fortune in your chart will tell you, in your astrological chart will tell you a lot. So mine is Leo in the 5th house. So it's all about pleasure. It's all about fun. It's all about like this confidence of like, when I do things with fun and joy and pleasure, things work out for me. Okay? My confidence comes from playing and exploring and having fun. It's not about a strict workout and how many reps. It's about enjoyment. It's about fun. And when I take that into every part of my life, because that's, it gives you a clue as to how to create fortune. And fortune, you can look at money and as luck, both of them. Right place at the right time, doing the right thing for the right amount of money, right? When I have fun and I'm just confident that no matter what, the money will come in, it does come in. Okay? All right, last card is a grand symphony. So this goes back to like finding your rhythm. I talk about this a lot. Finding your own rhythm. Now, mind you, in human design, I actually have the channel rhythm, which is the 515. But it's that's where consistency comes from. What are the things that light you up? And you might be like, oh, you have ADD or ADHD or ODD or all those things. You still get stuff done. There's a cycle there. There's a rhythm there. And you might feel like you're scattered and you might feel like there's no consistency, but things get done. You eat eventually. You do the things that you need to do. I want you to step back, step into the stillness, define what like true prosperity, true abundance, true safety and security in your body and your home look like, and then allow the pattern to be revealed to it. So this is one of my specialties. What is the method to your madness? Because it's really not madness, it's your genius. Okay? And regardless of where you fall on the spectrum, there is a method to your genius. There is a pattern there. Okay? And when you recognize that pattern and then you start to do it deliberately, you relax into the pattern. It's not about surrendering. I'm not a big fan of the surrender concept, but relax. Okay? That's when the magic happens. Because you're truly being you. You're truly being the wrong card. You're truly being the royal you. You are trusting that you know what to do. You know when to act. You know what the right words are to say to the right person at the right time regarding the right situation, and everything does work out. You are no longer like, I'm hearing like the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. You are not like, I don't want to say influenced by the universe, but you're not like wandering aimlessly. You have a purpose, you have a focus, and you know how you operate. Okay? So like me, I know that I can't do more than 3 or 4 days of like work, whatever work looks like. I need like 3 days on, 4 days off. And when I honor that, when I actually, and work means different things. Like yesterday was not work to me. Yeah, I did a bunch of things. I made dinner before we left for the beach. We went to the beach. That's driving. That's packing the beach car and walking to the thing. Yeah, there are things that actually required physical energy, but it doesn't feel like work to me. I mean, most of the things I do don't feel like work to me. Leo in the fifth house. It's like when I can have fun doing what I do, when I think about the ultimate goal or what I'm gaining at the end, and whistle while I work kind of concept, and it feels easy and the time passes quickly, then I know I'm in alignment. Okay. Like this concept that work has to be hard, it has to be long hours, it has to be grueling is bullshit. Okay. I'm not going to get into all that, where that came from. You do your own research and come to your own conclusions. But define the royal you, the divine you. Use this thing that just got downloaded into my brain and I shared with you, right? Go into the stillness. Take a deep breath. What wants to be expressed through you right now? You got a bill that needs to be paid, sit in the stillness. Don't go picking up extra shifts or putting shit out there. Sit in the stillness and be like, okay, what wants to be created through me? What wants to be expressed through me? Okay. The bill's paid. What wants to be expressed through me? And then get in touch with your natural rhythm. Because when you are in touch with your natural rhythm, that's when you create a symphony. That's when your life is just joyful and it works. There isn't resistance. There isn't, or if you encounter resistance, it's like, oh, I want you to think of it as literally like an orchestra. The different areas of your being, right? Your mind, your conscious and subconscious mind, your heart, your emotions, right? Your body, your physical body and your actions, your soul, your intuition, right? And your environment, all as a 5-piece orchestra. And how do you find when you hit resistance, instead of being like, oh, it's not meant to be, or oh, being like, okay, one, which of the 5 things is it? Okay, and 9 times out of 10 it's the environment or the body. And it's like, what do I need to adjust? How do I fine tune it? Think of it as an instrument. Okay, people don't sit down and pull out their cello and just start playing. They make sure that it's in tune. They rosin up their bow. I took violin in the 4th grade. So it's like they set it up. They get in that mood. They might, crack their fingers. They get their music out. So instead of like hopping into your day, like getting out of bed and just jumping into your day, sit for 5 minutes. And you could do it before you like even open your eyes and be like, okay, what do I want to feel today? Who do I want to be today? Okay? What do I want to think and do today? Okay? And then allow yourself to be inspired. Allow yourself, put your destinations in the morning, like in your internal GPS, and then allow yourself to be guided. Like normally I announce this video, this live, right? And today I was just like, no, I'm just going to do it because I want to get it done and I have other things to do in my day. And then I'm going to send messages out later. I don't have to do things in the same order every time. Okay? It's my business. It's my life. I get to run it the way that I want, that feels good to me. Okay? And trust that I'm going to get the result that I'm looking for, the outcome that I want. Okay? And that's the biggest thing, is a lot of times you could be doing all the right things, but 2 things could be off. Okay? And this is part of the conversation, but it feels like an aside as well. 1, you're doing the right things according to science, the gurus, whatever, right? And no disrespect, I don't use that term in a derogatory way, but like sometimes people sit up on the pedestal and say, this is the way, this is the only way, this is the best way. Sorry, not sorry, that's your way. That's the way that works for you. It doesn't work for everybody. Okay? And I say that. I don't teach you how to be me. I don't teach you how to manifest like me. I don't teach you how to think like me or do like me. I help you get in touch with your own personal rhythm, your own being, your own gifts, skills, and magic. Because if you do what I do, it may not work for you. Okay? So 1, you're doing the right things according to everybody else except for you. Okay? Or two, you are doing the things that are right and appropriate for you and aligned for you, but you don't believe that they're going to give you the outcome. You think that you need to do more, you need to be more, you need to be different, or you need to do what everybody else is doing. Okay? And those are two things that I can help you with if you would like some guidance on that. Okay? So just message me and we can talk about that. But those are the two areas. That's where people, I don't want to say go wrong, but like go out of alignment. Okay? They're not doing things that are in alignment for them, or they're doing things that are in alignment for them, but they don't believe that they're going to get the result. It's like, oh, I should be someone else, or I should do something else. No, you shouldn't. You came here to be you, and you need to be the most you that you can possibly be, because there's nobody else like you. Okay? You are here for a reason, and whether you ever discover what that reason is or not, you are already making ripples of change in the world that you don't even know. You don't even know. Okay? Alright, I hope that this has been helpful. Tarot readings are available for today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Crystal chakra clearings. Those are amazing. People just love them. And I've been doing them for myself as well. Because I was like, I need that too. Those are separate, $55. Or if you want them with a 20-minute tarot reading, it's $88. So you get a little bit of a discount there because the reading is $50 and the crystal chakra clearing is $55. If you'd like one-on-one spiritual guidance and support, life coaching, business consulting, those sorts of things, or feng shui, if you want a human design reading or an astrology reading or anything in that realm, message me and let's chat about it. And you know, regardless of what you believe in astrology or metaphysics or anything like that, here's one thing that, like, here's the thing, last thing that I want to leave you with. Yesterday I was in a prosperity class and we were talking about how some of us that have religious trauma, because that's a thing, have a hard time with the word God. Okay? Whether it's because we have father issues or because we've prayed to God and our prayers haven't been answered or whatever it is. Or the fact that something outside of us is sitting there in judgment and deciding whether we get to have what we want or not. And Reverend Tamara from, I think it's the British Columbia CSL, said something that really like helped like shift my perspective around using the word God and what God means. Okay. And she said sometimes we need to pull back and broaden our perspective. And all of a sudden my brain, and mind you, I'm on this class at the beach, and all of a sudden my brain just starts like just all these like different algorithms are running, like all these different scenarios are running. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because back in the day, long time ago, and even now, people believed that Zeus created lightning because they didn't know where lightning came from. They needed an explanation. Their brain was like, I need to know why that happens, right? I need to understand my world so that I can feel safe. Like, we need to name things so that we can feel safe. We need to label them, right? And it's like, well, what if I look at the concept of God as all the untapped potential? Like the universe, like sometimes we say the universe, like there's the actual physical universe that we can see, the planets, the gas giants, the nebulas, all that stuff. But there's also the universe as in the field of potential. Some people call it the quantum field, some people call it the Akashic field, people call it different things. But what if you called it God? And God is just the fabric of the universe. It's all the energy that has no place to go, that is not put in form yet. It's like a piece of fabric. And I really resonate with that because my parents were tailors, right? And I sew. It's like, what if God is just all the things that we do not understand and all the untapped potential? It's all the things in our imagination that we have not decided yet to bring into the physical world. Okay? So when you're doing this, instead of focusing on these things that you've already created this crap. I've already created fat. I've already created tired. I've already created, I think I should move more and eat less. I've already tried those things and they haven't worked. So what if I tapped into this fabric of time, the quantum field? I was like, what are the other possibilities? And I pick a possibility, or I pick a couple possibilities and put them up here. And those are the intentions for this new moon. It's like I've already created that. I've created poor. I've created paycheck to paycheck. I've created struggling. I've created and money left over. I've created and some money in savings. What do I want to create next? And next is the key word there. It's like, can you go from homeless to lottery winner and millionaire? Absolutely, that is totally a possibility. But as I mentioned before, a lot of times those people like blow through that money because it doesn't feel safe. There's something within them that doesn't feel safe. So when you do it slow and steady, and slow and steady doesn't have to be dollar for dollar, it can be hundreds and thousands of dollars, right? Whatever feels safe to your nervous system and your subconscious, it's like, what is the next thing that I want to create? Right? So for me, it's having money in the bank so that every day could be beach day. Okay. Another part of that is having a home that is closer to the beach. Like literally walk to the beach. Okay. Like the beach that we go to in Fairfield, Connecticut, Fairfield Beach. There are homes that, one, their backyard is the beach. That would be ideal. And then there's other homes that are on the opposite side of the street or down a side street. So it is a 5-10 minute walk to the beach. There are a lot of people that like start coming in at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. They get out of work and then they come to the beach. Like imagine that. Like I know me, if the backyard was my beach, I'd probably be out there right now doing this live out, on my porch or with my feet in the sand. It doesn't mean that my life would change like dramatically and I'd never work or never do a live or never have a client. It just means that I would be on the beach. I might go for a morning swim and then come, and I've thought about this. I've daydreamed about this. I've used my imagination. And the next step for me is to decide, because that's when things start to move. The decision is you actually you've been putting those destinations into your GPS for years, decades, right? Probably even millennia if you believe in the eternal soul. But you gotta put, like Mike Dooley says, you gotta put your car in park. In drive. And the drive is when you make the decision. And it could be as simple as I've decided to release this weight. I've decided to allow my body to feel safe enough to be curvy and to be sexy, or whatever it is. I've decided that by the end of this year, I'm gonna own my own home on the beach. Okay, we are taught in school, we are taught in our society that you need to come up with a plan on how to get there before you move. That's not how a GPS works. Some people need that. Some people need the plan your work and work your plan. And then there's others of us that we need to decide and then we need to start taking action. And what does that look like? Sometimes it looks like daydreaming. Sometimes it looks like writing your own home listing on Zillow. So if the house that I imagined living in was on Zillow, what would that look like if it was a listing? So I just made that up. That just came to me. I not made it up, but I just channeled that. So that's my next step, is writing the listing. If you want a partner, what would their dating profile look like? And I've had clients who are like, what's the point of that? One, clarity, so that you recognize it when you see it. But as you're writing, you are creating, you're putting that into the universe. Okay? You are saying, I've decided that this is what I want and this is what it looks like. Just like when you have a piece of fabric in your hand and you're like, oh, this would make a beautiful dress. Okay, and it's going to be sleeveless, and it's going to be an empire waist, and it's going to have a ruffle at the bottom, and it's going to be a certain length, and it's going to be a certain width, and it's going to be a certain style. Okay? And you might not have a pattern for that, and you may not know, like me, I don't have a pattern for that. I don't know how to make that consciously. But that will be revealed. Those things will come to me. I'll go on Pinterest, I'll find a pattern, whatever. You're putting it out into the universe. You're starting to create. You're like an architect creating that 3D drawing in your imagination so that you can start recognizing the resources when you get there. Sometimes it's you have an idea for a dress and you don't have the fabric yet. You don't have the pattern yet. And so you start to imagine what would it look like. One of the things I noticed yesterday when I was getting dressed to go to the beach is I have a lot of black clothes because I lived in that. Like, I wanted to minimize who I was. I wanted to blend in. I didn't want people to see my weight. I didn't want to stand out because I was told that I was too much. And yes, that too much I've been working on because that's part of what's creating the weight. Sometimes weight is not about food. It's about the story in there, the thoughts. If you were told you're too much and you're overweight, that's part of where it's coming from. Part of, not the whole picture. There's probably other pieces to it, right? So I noticed in my closet that most of my clothes are black. And it's like, I love the color black, but I want more purple. It's like, oh, okay. So next time I go shopping, I have some purple tops. I've got some purple pants, but I don't want to wear that in the summer. I like long flowy dresses, or like not long. Knee length is fine. A little bit longer is fine. And I just want easy clothes that I can just throw on over my bathing suit. Or when I'm at the beach, I can put over my bathing suit and shimmy my bathing suit out underneath and just have my dress on. Literally just have my dress on and just be comfortable in my own skin. Okay? So this is where how we start to create. We notice the things that we don't want. We notice what we've created and we're like, okay, I like that, gonna keep that, but I want more purple in my wardrobe. I like this place. I'm comfortable here. I pay the rent. I pay the bills, but I really want a home at the beach. And you can shift into that. It's not negating what you've created and saying it's bad or wrong. It's saying kind of like I'm leveling up, like in a video game. It's like, okay, I've done this level. What does next level look like? Okay? All right. I've got a child coming to steal my laptop. I've got some stuff to get going and do. I hope this has been helpful. If it has been, I would love to see your comments below. Message me if you'd like to talk or work with me. And I hope that hope that you'll do this because I'm going to do this. Okay? I hope this has been helpful. And if you're just hopping on right now, rewind back and see what this is about, because this will definitely give you a lot of ahas and also a direction to take your intentions for the new moon. Because yeah, I'm happy, healthy, and wealthy is great, but when it doesn't mean anything to you, when it doesn't, there's like please pass the salt, you're not going to create it. And also part of it is like you need to define what healthy means to you. Like, I'm healthy, but I'm overweight. Okay? So healthy for me also is a healthy weight. Not just healthy as in my body is healthy. Right? Happy. What does happy look like? Well, I am happy. I spent a lot of days laughing and playing with my kids or talking to clients or reading books and whatever. That's good. Don't want to change that. Right? I want to be happier with my finances because I have more money, right? And wealthy, what does wealthy mean? Well, I can look at my environment and be like, I have all the things that I need. I have the things I need. But it's like, okay, but there's things that I would like. I'd like to upgrade certain things. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not being greedy. It's not being selfish. It's just recognizing that I've gotten so far with these things, and imagine how much further I can get if I had these other things, right? Like, I love my Kindle, but it's 6 years old, and now it's starting to, like, not run as fast and glitch on me. So it's like, okay, that's time for an upgrade, okay? So you get to decide what these things mean to you. You get to decide what happiness means to you, what health means to you, what wealth means to you, what success means to you. And maybe that's another piece of paper where you're like, okay, well, this is what happy would look like for me. And not happy as in external. What would you be being, feeling, and thinking? Remember, our Cancer season. Okay? So for me, it's laughing. Right? That tells me I'm happy. Playing. Yesterday I was playing with my kids and being like, who are you children? why do you keep calling me mother? And like running away from me, like running away from them, kind of like Jack Sparrow, right? Captain Jack Sparrow. Just playing. And then they would hug me and be like, oh, stop, it's cold. It was cold, but still. Playing in the water, right? That's happy to me. That's a sign of success. That's a sign of feeling safe and secure, not only in my body, but in my life, for me to go on a Monday when everybody else is working to go to the beach. That's prosperity. That's another word. What does prosperity mean to you? What does prospering mean to you? Go look up the dictionary definition, but also how would you define it? You need to give yourself criteria, just like that Zillow listing or that dating profile. It gives you like, oh, I do have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. Oh, okay, I need to work on that. I want more of that. Okay, it gives you a guideline. It gives you a checklist if you need it to recognize it, because a lot of times we have the things that we said we wanted. We either want more of it, like money or happiness or health or whatever, or we realize that like we want something different, or we want something different. Okay? All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Message me if you'd like to work together, and happy manifesting. No touch.